Hello, come on in. Let me show you what we're doing. This room here is where my sister stays when she comes to visit. So basically it's the guest bedroom. But originally it was going to be my office. And this window here was made so that when I'm sitting at my desk, I can look out into my shop for inspiration. But I don't like it anymore, so I'm going to get rid of it. So on today's episode, we're going to take out the, frame it, insulate it, sheetrock it, paint it, and get rid of it. Let's get into it. Okay, to start this morning off, this trim piece needs to come off, and then all these trim pieces need to come off. The plexiglass needs to come out. I had pulled this trim off, I don't know, years ago, and put it back, and when I did, this here got stripped. So right now, I can't get it out, so hopefully that this screw only goes into this piece, and it'll come off when I pull this piece off. So I'm just gonna rip this piece off and break it right now. So let me do that. All right. See if this will just be, oh, good. This will just break. Oh, perfect. Now that I got James here to help, let me see if I can pull this plexiglass off. Oh, I think we're gonna get it. Let me get this out of this corner. Here. Okay, that got it. All right. Okay, now this here is just some foam board that is attached from the outside. I'm going to try to leave that on. That way hot air is just not coming into this room. So now these screw heads don't look very promising, so it's probably going to give me trouble. But I'll bring you back when I get all these off, and because I don't know how long it's going to take to get all these screws out. Everything came out a lot better than I thought it was, except I still have one screw that was stripped. So what I'm going to do is see if I can get in here and lift this up and just pull that board and rip that screw. Ooh. Ooh. Well, tore up a little bit of sheetrock here, but I'm going to do some sheetrock here in a minute, so we'll fix it. One thing I forgot to mention was this styrofoam was screwed into this trim work I just pulled off. So we had to go back and put in two pieces so we could screw it higher and lower. Otherwise, it was not going to screw on because it was the exact same size as the window. But now, got to clean up all this and get ready to frame it. I got all my boards laid out. What I'm going to do is, let me put this up. I got this one already in place, just need to put in the screws. And then there'll be one there, and then put another one of these. And just continue till I got all my studs up. So let's get to it. we could do that.
Great. Can I leave the recording while I go get the insulation and a staple gun?
Sure. Good. Somewhere.
You had that one long one.
Well, that went pretty quick. Now, figure out what these are. 10 inches. 9 7/8. Cut those and this framing will be done. Got my insulation already cut here. I'm just going to put it in here and then staple these flaps to the stud there. Now I really like the pink insulation, but my big box store that I went to, this is what they had, so I'm sure it'll work just the same. So let me stuff this. Doesn't seem like it's as thick as it should be for a 2x4, but when I put my sheathing on the outside, if I don't like it, I can adjust it. Sometimes I have a hard time with this staple gun, but the fact that this is soft wood, I think it's spruce, because I'm really familiar with spruce, because I worked at the lumber yard right out of high school, and that's what we carried was spruce, so I've been around it a lot. Fast motion. I wanted to. I could.
Yeah. I don't understand how I found this funny,
On this last piece, I cut it short and then left the paper long, and then that way I can fold it over and use it to staple it. Made it sound like I cut it. And there you have it, folks. My sister will be so happy. We cut our piece, but when we did our test fit, it needed a little bit of trimming here. So we're going to try testing it again. Are we in? Push it my way.
my fat self.
This here bit is a sheetrock bit. It's supposed to stop at the right distance, so it works pretty good.
Side. Yeah, look at that.
Okay, now draw some lines.
Not shot.
How far apart are sheetrock screws?
8 to 16 inches apart. Sheet of drywall.
Are you gonna keep that in your video?
16? 24?
Yep.
32?
Yep.
40? And then down here.
They well deserve. Well, it coincides with the time where so we did it.
Hard.
Cooler inside.
Percent. My edits.
Well, start huffing it. Whew. That or last two. Six more. 5 more.
I think it's getting close. Now the scary part, floating tape, because I don't have well, I got a clue, but my experience level is pretty low. I have done it, and I'm not trying for perfection, but we'll give it my best shot. So probably do that tomorrow. It's time for a nap. Well, it's time to get ready to get this joint prepped for floating tape. Like I said earlier, I'm not that experienced at it. Been watching a few videos, and I don't know if this is the right or wrong thing to do, but just went and bought this because I've wanted one for a while. So what I'm going to do is sand this texture down so that I have a good base for a new floating tape. So let me see how that goes. I don't even know what setting to put this on. Oh well, let's do it. It's going to take a while. Go take a break, come back and see me when I'm done. I'm back. That was made quite a mess, but now all I got to do is go over and make sure all my screws are in the right place, and then I'll be ready for the next step. The nervous part of not really knowing what I'm doing, but we'll see what happens. What I got here is all-purpose, whatever that says, joint compound. I am just going to learn how to do this on the fly. My plan is to take some of this out and just guess how much I need. Wasn't ready. Not going to use that. Yeah, I'm going to use this. Bought a brand new one. Don't know what I did with it. So I'm going to put it in my bucket here. I'm going to go with that much because, like I say, I don't know. Got it mixed up pretty good, so I'm just going to go for it. Probably don't have the right. I always lose my train of thought right in the middle of my sentence. My nephew tells me about it all the time, but that's the way it goes. I know this ain't how the professionals would do it, and it probably not good enough for some of my viewers. But when you get as old as me, things don't matter as much anymore. So I'm okay with what I get. From what I heard, this is just putting it in the gaps. Once I do all that, then I'll come back and put the paper on. You know, if I had a wife and she was particular about how nice things needed to be, I'd probably hire somebody to do this, but this would be okay for me.
You're just gonna get a few of them.
Yeah. Well, I didn't mix near enough mud, so I'm just going to fill these holes, screw holes, and then mix some more for the float and tape part. All right, I mixed up another batch while you weren't looking, and we're going to put some tape on here. And I have no experience at knowing how much to put on. I'm going to go with that. Nope. Well, let me do the rest of this because I don't want to torture y'all and sit here and watch me do this wrong all day long. So let me finish putting the rest of this tape on, and then you can see the end result. Well, I got day one done on floating and taping. Doesn't look like much, but that's what they make sandpaper for. And sand this off, and I'll just keep putting coats on until I get it the way I like it. So I'll see you after I sand. Then that'll be, after my golf game tomorrow. Later. Well, I got it sanded. For someone who doesn't know what he's doing, I don't think it looks too bad. Gonna throw some texture on there and maybe it'll hide all my imperfections. Maybe when it's all painted and everything, nobody will say, wow, that looks like, well, I'll leave it there. So let me open up my little texture gun and see if I can figure out how to operate that, and we'll get this wall textured. All right, let's see what's in this bad boy. I watched a few videos, so I would be an expert, but I didn't stay at the Holiday Inn Express, so I'm just a guy trying to figure it out just like you. Hey, look, it comes with that little thing to hook up to my air hose. Normally you got to provide those, so that's good. Well, trigger don't even work, so now I guess that means I'm gonna have to read the instructions. A blue hopper, my favorite color. So I'll have to not make sure I don't wear blue shirts because when I use this, because I don't want it to clash, All right. Let me get this together, put some stuff in it, and when I figure out what I'm doing, I'll bring you back. I got mud and hopper. I got a little test cardboard here. Let's see what happens. Oh, got to turn the air on. Okay, I need to turn the air down. I forgot to check that before we fill this up. So I need to change my regulator. All right, let's try that again. All right, I think it's too thin to match what's on my wall. So let me go to a bigger hole here. All right, I figured out how to turn the knob the way I want it. I think I got it set fairly close. I don't think it looks perfect, but it is what it is. So let me spray this on and see what we get. I had no idea how much to mix up. Now I know I need about 8 times as much as we mixed.
So 8 times 4? 32 scoops?
What do you think? Okay, I mixed up another batch. I only put a little bit in here just to try the thickness because I think I made it a little thicker than this first batch. So let's see. Yeah, I think we're good. So I'm going to pour the rest in here and finish it up.
I'll give you about half one.
Okay.
Maybe a little more.
Put some paint on that. I think it'll look okay. Let's clean all this up. Well, it's paint day. This should be the last day of this project. This paint here is like 4 years old, but they say it's still good. I stirred it a while ago. It looks good, so I'm going to try it. Let me get my sprayer. This might be overkill because it wouldn't take long to roll this wall at all. But I like spraying, and so that's what I'm going to do. Let's get to it. Hadn't used this in a while, so let's see what kind of spray pattern it goes with. Good enough for my painting, because I don't know what I'm doing. So let me remove the cardboard and start spraying. I'm just going to kind of feather this wall in, and I'm going to spray this whole wall. Let's see what happens. Looks like I should have done better at holding down my... Let me go across this way. Nope, that don't work.
Want to put the cardboard back down?
Yeah, let's do that. My cameraman, James, AKA my nephew, had a good idea. He gets one like, I don't know, how often?
5%. 1 out of 20.
We'll use the cardboard for the bottom. Okay, let me do this half and then we'll move. Okay, had to move to the other side of the room, so don't be confused. Let me continue. Not perfect, but my sister won't mind. She thinks it'll look good. Well, this job is complete. It was a 1-week job. It went really well. If you're looking for imperfections, you can find them. But I think overall, it looks pretty good. Got a little bit of cleanup to do in here. Put some of this furniture back where it goes. But I think that's a wrap for this video. I hope you liked it. And I'll see you next time on My Retired Life. But I just don't know.
Are we having fun doing it?
Hell yeah!
Yeah!
Ain't gonna do it again.